Hello. Welcome to the warm-up lesson for the Sax Creative Experience Week. We are starting here. That's the first warm-up lesson. We have a lot of warm-up lessons to get you ready for the Sax Creative Experience Week. It's a very good opportunity for you if you want to start learning saxophone from zero. And also if you already play saxophone, but you want to improve, you are feeling stuck, you want to improve something, you want to feel the musicality inside you, you want to be creative, you want to improvise first of all. So that's a big opportunity for you to learn improvisation, even if you are starting from zero. Okay, so don't miss. We have a lot of warm-up lessons to get you ready for the Sax Creative Experience Week. Let me just expand here. Sax Creative Experience Week, which starts 23rd June. So 23 June, between 23 and 28 June. So we have a lot of warm-up lessons to get you ready. So don't miss that opportunity. Let me know if you can hear me well. I don't know if it's working. Just remember, it's a live lesson, so you can engage. If you arrive here, you can engage, you can ask questions. Okay, and also we will have a playlist with all the warm-up lessons. We have a lot of warm-up lessons to get you ready for the day, for the Sax Creative Experience Week. So even if you are starting from zero, or if you already play saxophone and you want to learn about improvisation, it's a very nice opportunity for you. Let's start. Just remember, warm-up lesson number one. We have a lot of warm-up lessons, always the same time, weekdays. I'm coming here to share experience, different lessons to get you ready. So you will learn on these warm-up lessons concepts that can support you to observe the concept on the masterclass much better. So if you are watching the lessons, listening everything, taking notes, engaging, etc., you will observe much better the lessons, the main lessons of the Sax Creative Experience Week. So these warm-up lessons are part of the Sax Creative Experience Week. So who is this for? Complete beginners. If you are starting from zero, you don't have saxophone, or you have a saxophone, someone gave you have a saxophone, but never tried because you don't have a teacher, or you are thinking about learning saxophone. So complete beginner, saxophone players who feel stuck. So if you already play saxophone, you can read, you can play some songs, play scale, but you are not feeling that you are progressing. So you're feeling that it's missing your musicality, you are not expressing yourself. Especially for you, you can understand how works improvisation during these warm-up lessons, and especially on the day. Musicians who know scales but can't improvise, especially on that warm-up lesson, I'm going to show you. For example, when we are improvising, it's different when we know scale. It's completely different. Some people think that when we are playing scales, we can improvise just using randomly the notes of one specific scale. But I'm going to show you here on that warm-up lesson that's not actually what means. What's happening when we are improvising. It's not, we can play notes of the scale, but something is happening. Some concept is missing. So I'm going to explain to you during this warm-up lesson, not everything on that lesson. Okay, so during the warm-up lessons, we have a lot of lessons every day to make you ready for the Sax Creative Experience Week. So players who want clarity instead of guessing. Okay, so some people already play saxophone, can play some songs, but when I improvise, don't understand properly what's happening. So it's also for you. Okay, so what you will understand today: why improvisation feels difficult, why scale alone don't solve it, what creates musical safety, and the foundation of structured improvisation. Okay, so even if something is very advanced for you, I can try to go, slow with the concept. But even if something is advanced for you, feel free to ask me, especially if you are watching live. We are live, so we can engage. You can ask questions. Okay, I'm here to support you with your progress. Okay, so take notes. Let's go. About myself, who I am professional saxophone player. I perform over 20 years in different settings, playing cruise ship, festivals, playing with different bands, also as band leader, also as songwriter, touring with my own projects. I perform with also well-known musicians during my career. I perform for VIP events, etc. So I have a lot of experience to share with you. Also, bachelor degree in music education. I'm music teacher, and also I have master in popular music practice, exploring music composition, performing, as lots of things. So creator of the Sax Creative Experience, Sax Creative Improvisation method. So I'm developing it during years. So I'm sharing with you for free that method with you. Okay. So don't forget to also give your like here if you are not following the channel. Don't forget to follow. We are here. I'm going to share with you lessons. If you are arriving now, just remember that's the first warm-up lesson to get you ready for the Sax Creative Experience week. Okay, so the big lie is you are either born with improvisation or you are not. So it's not about talent. Improvisation is a skill. It's a kind of math, you see during the warm-up lessons, during the main lesson, that we have to learn it. Okay, it's a kind of language, so we have to understand what's happening when you are listening something, why something looks beautiful, why some songs are happy and other songs are sad, why some song can change completely the ambient, the atmosphere. It's everything calculated. So during these lessons, you learn the math side of music. So when we are creating, composing, we are using these rules of the music. Music is a kind of math, so you will learn about it. Okay, how can we create some specific emotion, and how can we improvise? Okay, so it's a very good experience for you. Why most players struggle learning the major scale? For example, the traditional schools. Maybe if you are playing especially saxophone, wind instrument, you will learn scales, maybe articulation, and then practice up and down the same scale. Add more, pattern, for example, variation of the same scale, and hope it sounds musical. Maybe some school can teach you how to read music, but you are not feeling musical. You are just reading, you are playing drills, so you looks that don't have musical meaning. Okay, so music doesn't happen in scales. Music happen in chords. I'm going to introduce you on that concept. Chord, yes, chord. So we are playing saxophone. Can we think about chord playing saxophone? Yes, chord is not just for guitar player, for keyboard player. Music is chord, the harmony. So you will understand that in a specific moment you can play specific notes of the chord. Music, you have bars. For the tempo, you have to calculate the tempo. For example, each bar. For example, quaternary songs. We have 4 beats for each bar, so we have to calculate each bar. For example, the first bar we have to play specific notes. The second bar, all the notes. So you understand it during the lessons. So that's just the first lesson. How music actually works. When we are playing scale is made of degrees. For example, if you never heard about scale, let me play the major scale for you. The major scale for you. I play the C major scale. C, G, E, F, G, A, B, C. So that's a scale, a selection of notes, okay? But we have to think about the degrees. Each note has a degree. When we are playing C major, C is the first degree. It's the tonic. C, D. D is the second. C, G, E. Third is the third. C, D, E, F. F's fourth. F, G, A, B, C, and the C again, the first degree. So we have 7th degree. So that scale, we use 7 notes. The major scale, just as an example, we have thousands of scale. I'm going to use here the C major scale. C, G, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay, degree. Let's think about degree. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, C first again. So because of that, we call that scale C major. The first degree is C. So that's hierarchy. Okay? Degree creates functions, and functions creates chords. On each degree, we have a chord. For the C, first degree, we have a chord. C. Okay? C, we have a chord on that C. And then D, we have another chord. And E, we have another chord. Okay? So during the Sax Creative Experience week, or the warm-up lessons, I'm going to explain you how can we extract the chord, how can we build the chord if you don't know how to build the chord. So you can understand that function creates chords, and the music is built from chords. Okay? That's the introduction. So let's test something. Let's play some chord progression here, and let's try to play randomly the notes of the scale. That's the scale. Okay, so let's try to play randomly. I'm going to use a chord progression of the most common chord progression in pop songs. Most of the songs use that same chord progression. Let me play randomly, the notes of the scale, randomly. Listen that. Just listen. Okay. Let me just play the notes of the scale randomly. Can you hear? Let's listen. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, it's a bit strange, don't make sense. We are playing randomly, but now let's play the notes of the chord. We are using just 4 different chords here. I'm going to play the notes of the chord. On that warm-up lesson, I'm not explaining you the notes of that chord, okay? And just show you that exists a logic behind it. In the next few lessons, I'm going to explain everything. That's just the first warm-up lesson. So I'm going to explain you that exists a math behind. Okay, it's about technique. Everyone can learn it. So now let me play the notes of the chord, not random notes. Let's do it. Okay, so it made much more sense. Okay, make much more sense. So even the chord progression, remember when I told you that scales is a selection of notes, and we have to understand that exists degree. For example, the first note. C, G, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay, the C is the first degree and we have a chord. The second degree, D, we have another chord. So chords are function. Just let's return here. Let's just return here on that concept. Scale made of degree. Degree creates functions. Function creates chords. So I'm using just 4 chords, 4 different chords. For example, the first degree, 5th degree, 6th degree, and the 4th degree. Okay, it looks confusing, but I'm just explaining you that we are using chords of the first and the chords of the 5th, the 6th, and the 4th. So someone discovered that we can use just these 4 chords and create something beautiful, you know. So it's a kind of template. When we understand that we can follow that chord progression, it can sound something beautiful, something pop, something that we can enjoy, you know. It's a kind of a formula. Okay? So on that warm-up lesson, the first warm-up lesson, I'm explaining you that we just have to understand something that was already created, and we have some we can expect a specific result. For example, it can sound beautiful, it can sound something happy, or it can sound something sad, you know. So I just use the notes of the chords. Okay, so I just want to show you that it's not about talent, it's about understanding how music really works. Okay, what actually changed it? It's not about talent, not about speed, not about complexity, just harmonic awareness and structure. So even if you are starting from zero, if that lesson sounds advanced for you, don't worry, just stay here, ask a question if you want to know something specific, you know, if you want to ask something about the lesson, specifically about the lesson, and stay here, observe, because during the Sax Creative Experience Week, it will be much easier for everyone. Okay, so just stay here, get involved with the method, learning everything. Okay, so just stay here, enjoy it. It's free, so you can learn. Maybe that's the moment you can start to improvise on your instrument and understanding music as musician. So you can understand music as musician. You can finally use your saxophone to express yourself. Okay, it's not overnight, not something that you will learn overnight, but with consistency, you know. If you are coming here all the lessons, asking questions, okay, you can learn, especially if you want to apply on your instrument. Okay, so the core principle, improvisation means knowing which notes at which moment over which harmony. Okay, remember, knowing which notes at which moment over which harmony. So we have just to understand, okay, we have scales, we have degree, and we have chord progressions. So basically it. So we have, remember, I told in the beginning of the lesson, we have thousands of scales. I'm using just an example of the major scale to show you that it's not something random. It's something that we can learn, okay? This should relax you. You don't need 20 scales, okay? You need the right order, just few notes, clear harmony, and building confidence with just one scale, okay? Just example, it was just introduction. During the warm-up lessons, we have much more content, okay? That's it. Hopefully it can help you. Hopefully you can enjoy the lesson. That's just the first one. We have another tomorrow. Everything to make you ready for the Sax Creative Experience Week. What we will explore next? Why certain chord progression always work. Remember when I told you that pop songs, thousands of pop songs follow the same chord progression? So if you are learning that chord progression I just played here as example, I'm going to teach you how to play it during the week, but why certain chord progression always work. Remember, a lot of pop songs follow that same chord progression. Why? I'm going to explain why it works. How emotion change with modes. So we have major scale, we have minor scales, we have different majors, different minor scales, and for each scale you can bring a different emotion, can change completely the atmosphere of the ambient, can change the energy, can change our emotion, just songs, and everything was already created. So we don't have to think a lot, we have just to understand rules that someone already created and make music with it. Okay, how beginners can improvise safely. I'm also going to tell you, if you are starting from zero, how can you start improvise with just one or even two notes. Okay, that's a step-by-step structure. I'm sharing with you that method that's supporting students around the world with different ages. Okay, Sax Creative Experience Week will happen between if you just let me expand here. June, can you see? 3rd June to 28th June. You will learn harmony system, structured improvisation steps, beginner-friendly exercises. Register, that's a QR code. You can scan the QR code if you are watching on TV. I know some of you prefer watching TV. You scan that QR code to register for the Sax Creative Experience Week, or you can access the description of this video. You can access the link and register. After register, you can join the WhatsApp group. Inside the WhatsApp group, I'm sending audios, I'm sending the remember of the warm-up lessons, okay? So don't forget to join the WhatsApp group. Okay, it's very important to get the full experience. So scan it, register for the Sax Creative Experience Week. It's a pleasure to stay here with you. If you have some question, if you want to ask me something, feel free to ask me everything you want. But if you are just listen, just to get involved with the method, that's perfect. So just to let you know, it's a pleasure to stay here with you all. It's a pleasure to stay. Can you? Oh, it's the song here. It's a pleasure to stay here, okay, with you all. And that's it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and give your like here, okay? So tomorrow we are here again at the same time. I'm going to share the live inside the WhatsApp group, okay? So thanks for watching the lesson. See you tomorrow. Cheers, see you tomorrow.